Good evening and welcome to Live from the Underground in Randolph, Vermont, our bi-weekly live stream concert series featuring local and regional artists. We're super excited to be here tonight with Dylan Patrick Ward. Just to kind of let you know, 10% of our proceeds go to Chandler Center for the Arts right here in Randolph, as we like to support our local music scene. Under tonight's stream, you can find various merch, both from the underground with t-shirts and long sleeves, as well as digital merchandise from Dylan, and also a virtual tip jar if you want to support him additionally. So without further ado, here we have Dylan Patrick Ward.
All right, thank you. Thanks for having me here. I'm super psyched. This first song is called Who's Gonna Love You? Walls come down and cities burn, and they take our town, saying it's their turn. When the line is breached and the dead start rolling through, ooh, who's gonna love you? Ooh, who's gonna love you? When the walls come down and the queen is dead, and the mob's in town, and they want your head, and they torch the place that you were running to. Ooh, who's gonna love you? Ooh, who's gonna love you? You cannot run, and you cannot hide, and they tear you limb from limb. Be your friend. Torches gleam and their eyes get mean, and they're all fixed on you. Ooh, who's gonna love you? Ooh, who's gonna love you? When the walls come down, the cities burn, they gather around saying, now you'll learn, and one by one, your friends abandon you. Ooh, who's gonna love you? Ooh, who's gonna love you? Oh, who's gonna love you? Who's gonna love you? Thank you. This next song is it's a new one. It's yet to be recorded. It's about a young man who is really into UFOs, and that's sort of the least of his problems. It's called Little Green Men. Dad was in the army and your mom dropped out of college. You're working at a hotel, living in your dead aunt's house. You got a 4-year party and a whole lot of useless knowledge. One bad day away from emptying your bank account. Money's tight but you're always at the bar. Those are UFOs, not shooting stars. You're a real nice guy and everyone seems to like you. You're not bad looking and people always say you're smart. But there ain't much about life left to excite you. You got a new beard, belly, gray hairs, and a broken heart. Hold your breath every time you start your car. Get upset every time you can't see Mars. You got a cousin down south who thinks that the world is ending. but he's got guns and dry goods to see him through. But you can't think of a message that's worth sending to the little green men who are looking after you. You hear a little voice outside the bar telling you to stay right where you are. Thank you. So yes, I am Dylan Patrick Ward from Bellows Falls, Vermont. I wrote this next song while driving from Bellows Falls to Brattleboro. It's called Another Town. There's always a green street and a church street. There's always an old Episcopal church. There's always an Elks Lodge and a Moose Lodge and a Masonic temple and people who believe the worst. There's always an old bar and a new bar, but you don't fit in either place. It's just another town. It's just another town. It's just another little town. There's always some other little town right across the bridge, and everyone who lives there sucks. So we meet up with them outside the movies on Friday night. We beat each other up. Maybe someday we'll realize they're a lot like us. Probably not, 'cause they're from another town. They're from another town. They're from another little town. And like us, they lay awake at night, dream about getting out, moving to another town. Moving to another town. Moving to another shitty little town. Thank you. This next song is about being 15 and trying to start a band with all your friends. It's called Post-Hardcore Will Never Die. What do you say we start a post-hardcore band? I got the practice space in the basement. You play the guitar and I'll be the leading man. We could write some songs over summer vacation. I got a cousin who just bought a drum set, and I got some lyrics written in my notebook. We can open for our favorite bands and make everyone realize post-hardcore will never die. We got 3 songs, let's put out an EP. See about getting a Masonic temple show. Write our names in Sharpie on the CD. Save one for that girl with the stud in her nose, so she can see the talent we've been hiding, so she can hear the poetry of my words. Everybody in the scene is gonna lose their minds. Post-hardcore will never die. So many nights we dreamt about the day when it would be us up on that stage. We could tell you that it's all for fun, but that would be a lie. Post-hardcore will never die. We got lost on the way to our first show. We were gonna open for some bands that we both loved. We got into a fight on the side of the road. When we got there, our faces were covered in blood. And the bands had left and everyone had gone home. And I threatened to smash your head into the sidewalk. And we haven't spoken since, and I still have that black eye. Post-hardcore will never die. Post-hardcore will never die. Post-hardcore will never die. Thank you. For those of you who don't know, post-hardcore is like punk rock for sensitive nerds.
Got a comment from Rambo and petition to replace Neil Young on Spotify with Dylan. And then Texas people never die.
Hell yeah, man. All right, this next song is called Birds in the Attic. There are birds living in the attic. There are squirrels running through the walls. There are rats chewing through the plastic. There are javelinas grazing where there used to be a mall. And the porch collapses and crushes us inside as I think about the things that once were mine. There's a fist fight in the parking lot over one last scrap of food. You used to love me, I used to love you too. There are gypsies combing through the wreckage. There are warlords vying for control. And even the most powerful among them will start to lose advantage once the sickness takes its hold. And the gods have vacated their thrones, allowed the lower beings to run amok. Wood sprites and satyrs colonize our home as the cars succumb to rust. And the porch collapses, crushes me inside as I assure you everything is fine. As clouds are dark as night and the sky's no longer blue. You used to love me, I used to love you too. I think all these up-tempo numbers, I think we're getting out of tune a little bit here. This next song is on my newest album, Lovable Losers, which was mixed and mastered by the great Nate Goyette. And you can buy the digital downloads at the digital merch table, right? Excellent. My dad likes this one. It's called The Kid Who Lived Inside His Head. I lived inside my head when I was a kid. Little interest in what the others did. Had my dreams, I had my secret thoughts, and I made sure to keep them hid. I liked drawing in the margins, I liked humming to myself, talking to the trinkets that sat up on the shelf. I liked to read and make up stories of my own. I didn't need anybody else. I was the kid who lived inside his head. Yeah, I was the kid who lived inside his head. School's just a misery to me. I just wanted to be free. All I wanted was to play in the backyard, watch every cartoon on TV. I was a kid who lived inside his head. Yeah, I was a kid who lived inside his head. Teachers tried to fix me, they said it wasn't right. They said if I applied myself, my future would be bright. They did everything they could to lead me toward the light, but I didn't listen. I didn't listen. After school, I got a job. Couldn't help but feel like I'd been robbed. 'Cause all my dreams got mixed up with my fears and doubts into one big formless blob. And I was angry all the time. Felt like my life just wasn't mine. And all my dreams turned into little balls of bitterness and rage. And then I lost my mind. And now I live in this little padded cell. Some folks think this place is a living hell, but I got plenty of time to read and think and dream. So I'm doing pretty well. Yeah, I was the kid who lived inside his head. Yeah, I was the kid who lived inside his head. Thank you. This next song is about getting older and realizing that you're not as hardcore as you used to be. Or maybe you were never that hardcore to begin with. It's called Rite Aid Parking Lot song. Sitting on my ass, watching TV, thinking about the way I used to be. I was dirty and broke, beautiful and free. Sometimes I still think I am. I once followed Buddha, I once followed Marx. I used to get drunk and sleep down at the park, but now I'm still afraid of what lurks in the dark when I wake up at 3 a.m. Now I see, despite all my griping and my inconsistencies, I'm the man I was meant to be. So give me an answer answer and I'll rip it to shreds. I'll starve every truth until it's good and dead. You can tell me a story before you put me to bed. I'll still wake up without a clue. I know there are gurus who could show me the way, but I can't hold attention for more than a day. The immovable movers who made me this way, so I guess there's not much I can do. Try to make peace with all of my weirdness and my sensitivity. Give it my all, give it a chance at least. 'Cause now I see, despite all my griping and my insincerity, I'm becoming the man I was meant to be. So let's give it a chance at least. Thank you. That's another new unreleased one. Let me give my own catalog a rest here for a second, play a couple of other people's songs. So if you have to go to the bathroom, now's the time. It'll hurt my feelings less if you go now. Because I'll know if you go. This is a song by a guy who lived an interesting, if not enviable life. But he's one of my favorite songwriters, and it's one of my favorite songs of his. It's Walking the Cow by Daniel Johnston. Try to remember what my feelings can't know for sure. Try to reach out, but it's gone. Lucky stars in your eyes. I am walking the cow. Really don't know how I came here. I really don't know why I'm staying here. I am walking the cow. Try to point my finger, but the wind keeps blowing me around in circles. Lucky stars in your eyes. I am walking the cow. Really don't know what I have to fear. I really don't know what I have to care. I am walking the cow. Never quite sure where to put the capo on this next one, so bear with me. This is another song by a guy who had an interesting but troubling life, Blaze Foley. The song's called If I Could Only Fly. Almost felt you touching me just now. Wish I knew which way to turn and go. Feels so good, and then I feel so bad. Wonder what I ought to do. If I could only fly. If I could only fly. Bid this place goodbye. Come and be with you. But I can hardly stand. Got nowhere to run. No more sinking sun. One more lonely night. Wind keeps blowing somewhere every day. Tell me things get better somewhere down the way. Dismal thinking on a dismal day. Sad songs for us to bear. Sometimes I write happy songs. Other times little things go wrong. Wish they all could make you smile. Coming home soon and I wanna stay. Maybe next time we could get away. Wish you could leave with me when I go again. If I could only fly, if I could only fly, bid this place goodbye, come and be with you. But I can hardly stand, I got nowhere to run. One more lonesome sinking sun, one more lonely night. If I could only fly, if you could only fly, we could only fly, be one more lonely night. Thank you. This next song is from an album of mine that I put out in 2020 called Free Couch. Some of you might know it. It's called Self-Made Man. Single one. Leave the past a smoldering wreck. You've got tomorrow to protect. Destroy all records that you find. Pray to nothing but the forward march of time. Move the tongues of those who dare. Say they saw you there. In only one direction. Do whatever you gotta do for your own protection. If ever someone from before who's knocking at your door, don't let them in unless they prove, unless they share your attitude. Outrun the devil if you can. Become a self-made man. To each new place that you run, you could be anyone. Move with purpose to your next destination. Everything before we'll die if you just stay patient. Your life moves in only one direction. Do whatever you gotta do for your own protection. Thank you. I played that song at a Radio Bean in Burlington, and this person that was sitting at the bar next to my friend turned to my friend and was like, "Is he gonna be okay?" I don't know why I write so many songs about bitter, resentful people, but I do. I don't know why. The muse is a mystery. But this next song I wrote to kind of address that. It's called A Song for Harold Lauter. Everybody stabbed you in the back since you were born. Garbage rains on you when you walk home. You stay up till 2 or 3 a.m. just watching porn, wondering if you'll always be alone. You read books by guys who say that it's all in your head, and if stuff isn't great, then that's on you. But life seems like a bunch of shitty days until you're dead, and you're not sure what to do. But you're not the only one in pain. Feels like life is just in vain. Feels like fate hit them with a damned old train. You're not the only one. You're not the only one. You begin to feel nothing but bitterness and rage at everyone and everything out there. Like a possum trapped in a little cage, hiss and spit because it's so unfair. And then some guy, he comes along and tells you who's to blame, tells you what to do to make things right. But to him, you're just part of a larger game, and he's gathering up his armies of the night. But you're not the only one in pain. Feels like life has driven half insane. You may try, but you can't find no one to blame. You're not the only one. You've been dealt a shitty hand. Feel like no one understands. You feel separate from each woman, child, and man, but you're not the only one. You're not the only one. You're not the only one. Thank you. This next song started out as it's going to be a folk protest song against the closing of video rental stores. But it turned into more of a ballad about a young man who wants to be a hip-hop artist. So it's called The Fall and Rise of Platypus. Doing 5 beats a day for 3 summers, working at Shaw's. You and your friends made a crew, the dope mummers, and you broke a few laws. Woke up in a hospital bed with a bad pain in your jaw. You got personal with your next record, called it The Devil's Maw. You took acid, read a lot of science fiction, went on a lot of long walks. A third of your crew was sent away to prison, and the other started smoking rock. You got sober, started meditating, did the best just to clear your head. You didn't write a single bar the year they found Joey dead, and there's no telling what's around the bend. Time is your worst enemy, time's your only friend. Perpetually broken, perpetually on the mend. Platypus will rise again. Platypus will rise again. You're in Boston signing some kid's hat in the parking lot after a show. Met a girl who could spit hot fire and you joined her on the road. Got personal with your next record, called it Coming Home, and there's no telling what's around the bend. Time is your worst enemy, time's your only friend. Perpetually broken, perpetually on the mend. Platypus will rise again. Platypus will rise again. Platypus will rise again. Thank you. This next song is kind of a new song, but it's also kind of the first song I ever wrote. I wrote it back in like 2014, but I looked back at it recently and like 70% of the lyrics were pretty cringe. So I decided to rewrite it. It was originally called Willie Nelson Concert at the Hetty Green Motel, because the only song I knew on the guitar at that time was Are You Sure by Willie Nelson, so I just stole those chords and wrote a song with it. But this version's called Hetty Green Motel No. 2. I'm gonna leave the city, gonna move in with my folks, 'cause a man can't stand to be alone for so long. Since you left, all I've done is pace the bathroom floor, my head in my hands, singing a bad luck song. Can I make a home out of this town? I feel like a ghost when I'm around. Can I pick up where I left off? Build a life worth living? At least pick myself up off the ground? Well, I don't know, but it's been said that life's a bitch, and then you're dead, and it only gets worse when you live inside your head. So I'll find a bar, I'll find a pizza place, make some friends, rejoin the human race. I'll meet a girl or meet a boy, I'll try to bring a little joy, a little smile to someone else's face. Can I make a home out of this street? When the deals go down, no one trusts the police. I see the ghosts of Christmas past, but it's better than sitting on my ass in an empty apartment, wallowing in defeat. Well, I don't know, but it's been said that life's a bitch, and then you're dead, and it only gets worse when you live inside your head. Well, I don't know, but it's been said that life's a bitch, and then you're dead, and the only way out is to live for love instead. Thank you. His next song is sort of autobiographical, although it's like a bunch of nights smushed together with stories other people told and fabrications. But anyways, It's about the strange places that you go and the strange people you meet when you're underage and you want to get drunk. It's called Weird Night. Fell asleep in a blind man's arms. It was a weird night. Woke up next to a mastiff dog. It was a weird night. There were cigarettes and the birthday cake. Two men came and took Joey away. Now we're sitting at a diner at 5 a.m. hoping that he's alright. It was a weird night. It was a weird night. You got 2 less teeth, 2 new tats. It was a weird night. Guy with a red hat, guy with a blue hat got into a fist fight. Tom took a trip out to outer space, and then he tried to rip all the skin from his face. And if we hadn't tied his wrists up, he might have scratched away his eyesight. It was a weird night. It was a weird night. Spent the night in the laundromat with her clothes all wet with rain, wondering why each night turns out the same. Could really use some Chinese food, or really any food at all. Gotta get my shit together. Gotta get my shit together. Well, the night that you left and you didn't come back, it was a weird night. The bathroom mirror was full of cracks, and I stared into it all night, wondering where you had gone and what it was that I'd done wrong. Well, I guess you meant it when you said that you were done with this life. It was a weird night. 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 It really was. All my weird stories are from like 10 years ago. My life's not that exciting anymore. Let's see. I think I'll play this one next. This is also off the new album, Lovable Losers. It's another booze-related song. And it's based on not my life, but on a urban legend from Bells Falls about a man who drank 100 beers in one day. The song is called The Man Who Drank 100 Beers in One Day. The man who drank 100 beers, drank them in one day, kissed his wife and kids, and went out on his way. He hadn't had a day off work since 1992. Everybody in the town knew what he planned to do. He drank 97, 98, and 99. He was feeling fine. Then he drank the 100th, and to everyone's surprise, he fell off the bar stool and died. He had the biggest funeral the town had ever seen, and he went out a hero for dying for his dream. He was an inspiration to all who thirst for glory. Every drunk in every town soon would know his story. The bar became a pilgrimage as the legend grew. Folks came from far and wide. The owner put a velvet rope around that fateful stool and had a statue built outside. Family he left behind was left without a cent, and they were put out on the street and they couldn't make the rent. They lived like gypsies and they moved from town to town. She would play the accordion and the kids would dance around. An interest in the man who drank 100 beers. Time began to fade. The bar burned down and the owners lost it all. Bad investments that they made. The man who drank 100 beers. The man who drank 100 beers. Thank you. I think I'll do two more. This song I wrote February of 2020. I was working in a job that I didn't like, and the first thought I had when I walked in every morning is I cannot wait to be alone. I cannot wait till the day is over so I can leave this place and go home and not deal with any of these people. And then I got what I wanted in March when everything shut down. But I kind of missed everybody after a while. But I don't work at that place anymore, so that's a good. This song's called I Can't Wait to Be Alone. Till I get home, I can't wait to be alone with some bricks, stack 'em high, build a place where I can hide, and I can't wait until I'm free of everybody crowding in around me, with their mouths all dripping foam. And I just wanna go where nobody can find me. I wanna go where no one knows my name. I wanna meet some people who are nice enough to hide me in their attic or in the cargo hold of a train. I'm gonna run away, be a wino. I'm gonna drink malt liquor every day and share a little shanty with a deaf and mute albino who's always gone on business somewhere far away. And I will have big blisters on my feet, but I'll sing just like an angel when they're passed out on the street, singing I can't wait till I get home. I can't wait to be alone. Get some cinder blocks, stack 'em high to the bedrock, to the bright blue sky. And I can't wait until I'm free of everyone who's got something against me, these endless little clones. And I just wanna go where nobody can find me. I wanna go where no one knows my name. I wanna meet some people who are nice enough to hide me in their cellar or in the cargo hold of a plane. Oh, I can't wait till I get home. I can't wait to be alone. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait to be alone. Thank you. So when I'm not doing this music thing, I work at a school. I work with little kids. And one interesting thing about this time of year with little kids is when it snows during their first couple of classes, and then they go out to recess and there's snow everywhere, fresh snow that wasn't there when they got there. And a bunch of kids always run out and try to make snowmen. And that's the only day they try to make snowmen, because making snowmen's hard, and they figure that out pretty quickly and they give up. But that first day, they all go out and try to make snowmen, and none of them look like Frosty or any of the snowmen that you see in cartoons. They're these ugly, horrible little mutants creatures. They're terrifying. And that was one of the inspirations for this last song I'm going to play, which is called Rusty the Snowman. Rusty the snowman was made out of slush in a yard by the side of the road. An old Newport light butt hung from his mouth. Rocks were his eyes and his nose. And the kids found a hat in the dumpster out back of the pharmacy on their way home. Put it on his head, and the snowman, he said, life's a bitch and we all die alone. Rusty the snowman smoked and he drank and liked to watch court shows all day. He said life is sick, just an old dirty trick that only a cruel God would play. And he thought it'd be nice just to be some ice, a puddle or an old gray cloud. And he dreamt of the day when he'd melt away and sink like rain into the ground. Christmas and New Year's had both gone by, so had Valentine's Day. One little girl came to say her goodbyes with a sad little look on her face. She said, Rusty, I know you're a prick, but even so, I wish there was a way you could stay. So to please her, he moved into the freezer, and that's where he lives to this day. Rusty the snowman, Rusty the snowman. Rusty the snowman. Thank you. I want to thank the Underground so much for having me. Thank you so much for everybody who tuned in. Again, I'm Dylan Patrick Ward. Thank you very much.